First here at 5 o'clock, a DOJ investigation, a fundraising appeal, and a possible White House hint some 24 hours after Governor Newsom said the U.S. Department of Justice is investigating him and his wife. He's asking supporters for money in an email referencing his potential presidential ambitions. Thanks for joining us tonight for Fox 40 News at 5. I'm Nikki Lorenzo.
And I'm Eric Harriman. At the same time, the governor is also demanding answers from the DOJ, seeking internal records related to the investigation. Fox 40 Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace joining us live to explain what we know. And Eitan, what might happen next with all of this?
Yes, Eric and Nikki. Well, those I spoke to in the political world and the legal world believe Newsom is trying to stay ahead of this. He's trying to control the narrative, if you will, all while trying to raise money and get answers.
Donald Trump picked the wrong target. We have nothing to hide.
It was the sudden announcement Monday that rocked the political world. In this social media video, Governor Gavin Newsom claimed President Donald Trump has instructed the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate Newsom and Newsom's wife, California First partner Jennifer Siebel Newsom. The governor not specifying what he and his wife may be under investigation for, but he did say federal investigators have already started to question people in Newsom's orbit.
In recent days, federal agents have knocked on the doors of family, friends, and former employees. Not because they found a crime, because they're simply trying to find one.
The U.S. Department of Justice declined to comment, but a source familiar with the investigation said the U.S. DOJ for the last year has had multiple investigations ongoing into the Newsoms, including one related to Newsom's wife and her taxes, and another related to Newsom's former chief of staff, Dana Williamson, and potentially current staff members. The source added the investigation stemmed from whistleblower complaints and other sources in California, adding it's all being handled through the U.S. Attorney's Office in Sacramento. Newsom maintains any investigation involving him or his wife is politically motivated.
Donald Trump isn't just coming after me because of my mean tweets. He's coming after me because I'm considering running for president.
Just hours after his announcement, Newsom sent out this fundraising email titled, quote, "Because I'm thinking of running for president." In it, Newsom asked for money to support his legal and political strategy against President Trump. Newsom later sent the U.S. DOJ this Freedom of Information Act or FOIA request demanding records, including emails and texts from Trump Justice Department officials containing any reference to Newsom or his wife. Claremont McKenna College professor of government Jack Pitney says it's clear Newsom is trying to control the narrative.
He's out in front. He's announcing it rather than the Trump administration, and that gives him a certain advantage in messaging.
Speaking of messaging, Pitney says it's no surprise Newsom's video and fundraising email referenced the governor's potential presidential ambitions.
Newsom's statement is openly saying he's considering a race for president. If you're seeking the Democratic nomination, the best thing that could happen to you is to have Donald Trump come after you, because Democrats really dislike Trump. And if Trump comes after you, that's somebody you want to support.
As for the apparent investigation into the Newsoms,
any criminal investigation can take months, sometimes even a few years.
That gives Governor Newsom a long time to raise money for a legal defense fund. At least as of today, the advantage goes to Newsom.
And we reached out to the White House, but a spokesperson referred us to the U.S. DOJ, who had no comment. Meantime, Acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche was asked directly about this matter, but he, too, declined to comment. We're live here at the state capitol covering local news that matters. Eitan Wallace, Fox 40 News.